Hello, Las Vegas land. This is Realtor Davis from Atlanta. Moved here last year sometime. I've noticed that Las Vegas keeps hyping how there's a lack of land in Vegas. Well, I did my research and I've come to believe that there isn't a lack of land. There's a bunch of mountains. But if you look at every side of town, from Henderson to Centennial to North, East to Jean, there's plenty of land out there. As I did my research, I went and drove out to Jean and noticed out in Jean there wasn't much of nothing out there built. It's almost like once you get past the M Hotel on 15, the building just stops. Then, when I went up to Centennial, I began to notice the same thing. You drove up 95 and bam, the building just kind of stopped. And it's like you come to a ridge and there's just hardly nothing out there. It's about 15, 20 miles to the mountain on one side of 95, about 10, 15 miles to the mountain. You go up the road towards Mount Charleston, which is a beautiful ride. I mean, you go up in elevation pretty fast, and there's nothing out there. You go a little bit past the racetrack, same thing happens. And just so you know, Las Vegas is surrounded by mountains. There's plenty of open land. You go down to Boulder City and you look over to a road, you look and say, what is that road? And I finally realized what it was. It was 95, State Route 95. It goes down towards Searchlight, Nevada. There's nothing down there. And so, when y'all hear all these realtors run their show and tell you, oh, there's no land to build, Las Vegas ain't got no land, that's why it's got to cost so much. That's not why. That's what's hype. Talked to my sister. She used to live here about 7, 8 years ago. And we were talking about the Henderson and Cadence area and how it took them 8 years to get built up out that way. Just what's hype. And they be talking about out of no land. But I did hear some good news. I did agree with this one realtor. I asked him about why they don't give much land in the front. He said because of the water shortage, they stopped building yards, so they don't really make big front rock yards like they used to do in Tucson, Arizona. That's why you might not have no driveway. But for this first video, just putting it out there. Just because you have a city surrounded like mountains, don't mean the mountain that there's no land. You just go around the mountain or go between the mountain. Take Phoenix, Arizona. They got plenty of small mountains. On one side you got Loop 202, on the other side you got Loop 303. So, I mean, they need to quit saying that. Just running up prices on people in the Vegas area. Probably the price point should be down as low as what Phoenix is, or a little bit below Phoenix, since Phoenix got more companies and more money down in that city. And that's going to be my first video. Next video I'm going to bring to you. I'm going to point out these massive land areas that I was talking about to tell you guys, to show you how much land out there. It'll take them years to build up all this land they got with new houses. Just sitting there, they keep and the locals, they need to quit believing all that hype, like they can't see the openness of the city. The West is the West. it's got mountains all over the place until you get on the other side of the Rockies where it goes flat. But the west is the west. You don't need to charge people extra because you got mountains in the city.